Okay. Happy Friday night. Be nice to get tomorrow to regroup, recover, and not have to be able to have a normal week for the first time, I guess. So we get a little bit of a day break. So we'll leave Thursday, but we'll be able to have tonight and tomorrow to rest up a little bit. Proud of our guys. Thought that it was a really good battle early. I think Rutgers came out as they always do, explosive. They played very well, as I would expect. Coach Yano, I have so much respect for as a head coach, and his team is always going to be extremely prepared. I thought our guys really handled the initial surge, going down 10-0. Opening drive, they score. Then we drive down, and we wind up missing a field goal. And then they drive back and kick a field goal. So now it's 10-0, and we're backed up. And we needed that next drive, that fourth drive, to get that touchdown. And then I think we got going a little bit. And then that drive at the end of the half was a big deal to get points on the board and then come out the way we came out in the second half. Really proud of our offense, our defense, our kicking game in that second half. First half, we need to be better. I thought that DeMond Williams is a superstar. And the fact that he had, from what I understand, the all-time total offense record of 538 yards at University of Washington. The fact that he's the first person at University of Washington to have over 400 yards passing and over 100 yards rushing. And the 16th person in the history of college football to do that. He is special. And we've known that for a lot of years now. So it's great to have DeMond continue to be who we think we are. We're so proud of Desmond Roebuck as a freshman having over 100 yards receiving. I think he is the first person since Hunter Bryant to get that done. And great to see Ephesians Pricesock close out the game with an interception, and Jonah Coleman continue to keep his touchdown streak going with getting another touchdown. So proud of our team. I know it was a crazy night here in Seattle. I understand the game is still going on at the Mariners game. So I'm really hopeful that they get a win as well. But obviously, we're looking for a huge crowd the next time we're at home. And that it's going to be something that we're going to count on moving forward. But we understand tonight, and we look forward to celebrating with all of our fans here at the rest of our home games.
Adjustment you guys made after the first quarter to kind of get the offense going a little bit?
No, because the first drive we kind of did what we wanted, and we drove down there and wound up just missing a field goal from the 20-yard line, and then field position didn't work for us in the second and third series. And they had a couple of good answers to some of the stuff we were trying to get done early, and then just stayed with our game plan, no changes. We spent 96 hours preparing, and we just stay with what we believe in, stay with what we think is going to work, and let it evolve and let it happen. And all of a sudden, it started happening the way we thought. And we only had, I think, 50-something plays again. This is crazy, the amount of the small amount of plays we're getting in games. But proud of our guys to average 10 yards a play.
Coach, you've known Desmond for a long time, and he wasn't here for spring ball. He got here late. Are you surprised? I know you're going to say you're not surprised, but you have to be surprised what he's doing right now and where he's at and how far he's come in a short period of time.
Yeah, he's I have known him for a long time, and I have seen him play, and every time I've seen him play, he looks like this. The question becomes, did I know that he was going to look like this right away as a true freshman on the Big Ten stage? And he continues to prove himself right. Really, to prove all of his believers right. I think he had no doubt. His confidence is extremely high. And I'm just so proud of how he plays. And it's the stuff away from the play that sometimes no one realizes how hard he blocks. Take a look at some of those plays that DeMond broke free, and look at the guy that's leading the way blocking downfield. Look at some of the throw to Q Moore, the throw to Deck, and the blocking going on by Roebuck. And Raiden had a big night too. Raiden had some big-time plays in that 2-minute drive to allow us to be in position to kick a field goal. So these guys are just getting better and better and better. And Chris Lawson got some play tonight. And RDA, and just love our freshman class and can't wait for another one to come in.
This is Damon's best game in a UW uniform. From an execution point, is this also his best game as a Husky?
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of many. The biggest things that we have to work on with Damon is not getting tackled so much. He has to protect himself, take some slides. You go run for 40 yards and then slide. You don't need to run for 43 yards and give yourself those extra 3. The last one was the last one. Kind of got twirled up in the air there, but we just need to continue. Throw the ball away a little bit, avoid a couple sacks. Or 1 or 2 yard runs, and but he's so special and he's so coachable, and I couldn't be prouder of him.
Could you talk about your linebackers? You had Zadrius playing with the game on the line, and then Manu didn't play. What happened?
Well, Manu couldn't play because he could play, but we had to make a decision because we can't. Right now, we don't have an answer about whether or not if he's going to have this year of eligibility or not. So he's got 1 year left, and we need to make sure that we use it wisely. And it's very unfortunate. It's a very unfortunate deal. He got hurt week 7. If he got hurt week 4 last year, he'd be able to play 2 full years. If he got hurt in September, not in October, he'd be able to play 2 full years. So we're hopeful. We're hopeful that will change. We're hopeful that we will hear something, and people will understand the situation he's in. He wasn't cleared to play until 3 weeks into the season, and we now have to make a decision that affects our entire team, what 4 games he plays in if we can't get a different result. So we're hopeful we will, but I'm going to do what's best for Jacob, and so this week we made a decision that we weren't going to play him. Zadrius is back, and that really helps our linebacker core. And we have had unbelievable confidence in Zadrius as a true freshman. This is his first game, and he was playing there at the end. And we'll see him more and more and more. And with him and Devin and X-Ray, and then we'll see how many games Jacob can play. Obviously, he can play 2 regular season games right now and postseason. I don't understand, how that people think that would be fair. So my hope is that he'll be able to play the next 5 games or 6 games and then the regular season or in postseason, but we'll see.
How do you explain the penalties? You had 6 for something against Ohio State, 7 last week, and 9 tonight for I think 83-ish. There's some weird ones, a couple of holding calls that maybe weren't necessarily fair. How do you kind of characterize that?
Yeah, disappointing in the ones that are in our control. They called a crackback block on Rashawn Clark on a kickoff. We have to look at that, see if we can clean that up. They called us on, a couple procedural penalties. We don't like them, but we had a false start. We had, I think, 2 defensive offsides, and we had an illegal formation on a punt. So that's 4 penalties right there. We had a holding penalty, I think, on a kickoff return to start the game. That was frustrating. That ball should have been a touchback. Should have just taken a knee right there. And then, we had one, I think, on sportsmanlike on Drew as a party after the extra point. So we got to make a big point of emphasis that we're not going to win a lot of games by having 6, 7, and 9 penalties. We just got to be smart. We got to play aggressive. I thought that, they called DPI twice. That's going to happen. If we're going to play aggressive man-to-man coverage, that at times is going to happen. But we're going to continue to work on our technique, and we're going to continue to see if we can bring that penalty count down.
Talk about that left side of your offensive line. I know it's tough to replace 2 guys on one side, coming into the season. But how did their practice go this week? How are they coming along? And any update on your 2 guys?
Yeah. Max and Pocky. I think Swanee played a little bit in the game as well. Those guys battled. And early on, we had we wound up getting beat on a pass protection, but I can't think of many other significant plays that were a negative over on the left side of the line. I think our guys are continuing to work hard. I mean, you have replacing 2 starters, and that's always a challenge. But I'm proud of the way Max is playing. I think Swanee had a really good week of practice, too. We'll continue to get him in. And Pocky stepped up and did a really nice job.
How do you feel Sicario played in his first action since September 6th?
Good. I thought he played really well. I thought he played good sticky coverage, was able to make some plays on the ball, had a chance for a pick six, which, of course, would have been great. And had another chance on a ball that he did catch that they called a penalty on, and then had another one that he dove for. So I thought he was around the ball a lot, and, he's just going to get better and better.
This stretch of games, 3 opponents coming off byes in a row, you come out with 2 wins and a loss. How important was that for your season to come out of this with a winning record?
Yeah, I mean, we're 5-1 after 6 games. So we're really proud of that as a football team. And now we've got the next 6 that we got to go see how good we can be. But, it's pretty good.
A field goal really seemed to ignite the offense. How big was that stop for you guys?
Yeah, it was big because, there was 41 seconds left in the half. I think if there was 1 or 2 more plays in that series, we wouldn't have had a chance to drive down. And by holding them to a field goal, it gave us a chance to go get a field goal. So it was a big play. There was a couple stops in that game. There were some 4th down stops and some 3rd down stops that went to a field goal that made a big difference in the outcome.
Any chance of the 3 veterans that were out getting back anytime this season? We're talking Carver Willis, John Mills, and Zach Durfee.
Oh, yeah. Well, John Mills is definitely not a veteran, but I'm with you on that. But, I think all 3 of them will be back very shortly. I would be surprised if, we're hopeful that those guys will be back here in the next few weeks.
One more back. This makes the second consecutive double-digit comeback win. Can you just talk about the resiliency of this group?
Yeah, we're trying to avoid those double-digit comebacks, but we have done them a couple times now. I think that's what's really cool about our team is that we've made a big point of emphasis, play the next play, don't worry about what's behind you, don't worry about what just happened. And if we can continue with that mentality and realize that, hey, the only thing we can't control is the next play or the play we're playing, we can, we're not going to be able to not overcome a 10-point or 14-point deficit. We just want to try to avoid them the best we can and see if we can really come out and, start fast and finish strong. All right, thank you. Have a great weekend. See you Monday.